All right. Hey, we're live.
We're live.
We're live. We did it. Welcome to Talking Heads, everyone. What day is it? What episode is it?
I don't know.
Episode 364, I believe.
Okay.
I think.
I'll believe you.
Your once-week live show for the latest in beer and tech news, and the first show of 2025, live from Las Vegas.
That's right.
Hello, everyone. I apologize if I sound rough. This is actually the reason that we canceled the show last week. Was I lost my voice entirely last week, and it's still working on coming back. But I'm here. We've got a lot of news to cover, a lot of stuff to go over. Basically, we're just going to sit here and chat about the first couple of days here at CES 2025.
That's
right. Steve ventured down to Able Baker and got us a pretty good collection of brews to drink.
That's right. And if anybody's watched the show before, you know we've talked up Able Baker quite a few times.
Yeah.
It's our favorite brewery here in Las Vegas. And if you ever here, recommend going. It's wonderful.
Yes. So, anyway, good to see everyone. Good to be back on the air after literally 2 weeks without a show. The first show, the one right before Christmas, we canceled just for the holiday, and then we were hoping to do one on the 2nd, and actually had reserved
room.
We were going to go to San NW Brewery there in Salem, and have some beers there. And I woke up Wednesday morning so sick I could barely walk. So yeah. It's been an interesting couple of weeks, let me tell you. Anyway, let's go ahead and dive into a couple beers here.
Yeah. Well, do you want to say what we got first?
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So the first one, the big one that we got, as soon as I saw this, I knew we had to have this for the show. This is their 5-year anniversary bourbon barrel-aged Imperial Stout. And Able Baker does stouts right. They do it good. So I know this is going to be good. I didn't even look it up on Untapped. I knew it was going to be good. Only problem is we're on the road. This is a wax cap. So it's going to be fun watching us try to open up this wax cap.
Yeah.
We got a bottle opener.
I do have a bottle opener.
But we don't have a way of getting this wax cap off easily. We don't have a knife or anything
I
like
have
that.
some keys.
We're going to try that.
We're going to whittle it away.
Might have to gnaw on this a little bit. I don't know. We're going to find out. Another one is the barrel-aged coconut kiloton. This is a coconut barrel-aged stout, which is like, it's very much probably going to taste like one of our favorite beers that we get at San NW, Pirate Stout. And this one is called Mango Cauldron Girl, which is a mango Hefeweizen. So,
nice.
All good beers around, I think.
Tyler says, so glad you're back. I am glad to be back as well. I am still not over whatever the heck I got sick with.
Yeah.
It has been hanging around for well over a week now. Reverend, cracking into a Schilling Cider Dreamsicle, 6.999%.
Yeah.
Super nice. Tyler's drinking a Block 15 Deep Deal West Coast IPA.
Oh, Block 15's good.
Yeah. I haven't had the Deep Deal.
No, I haven't
seen
either.
that one yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Hey, this isn't the presidential suite. No, we didn't get the presidential suite this time.
We didn't get this.
We do have a beautiful view of
It
Las
is,
Vegas
yeah.
behind us.
We're on the 58th floor?
58th floor.
58th floor,
Yeah. In the Fountain Blue, one of the newest hotels here in Vegas.
Very nice.
Yeah, very nice hotel. I've really enjoyed the stay here.
It smells like a perfume store downstairs. It
does.
smells quite nice.
It's a little bit of walking through like a mall in the 90s, Sephora
kind of
vibe to it.
Yeah.
But Skull is drinking an Abominable Snowman versus Unicorn versus Unicorn by Pipework Brewing. Vince says cheers. Zeus says got the same sickness, was also at CES trying to get over it, and the amount of walking and people coughing definitely didn't help. Yeah. Yeah, man, the amount of walking is not done me any favors.
after we got back today, Jeff got to rest, and I hiked 1.5 miles
Yeah.
to get these beers for everybody.
Yeah, we got back to the hotel about 4 o'clock, and I took a nap. I'm like, I'm done. If I'm going to do the show, I'm done. Sevenick has a Woodford Reserve Rye Whiskey.
Ooh, nice.
That's a
That's a good
fantastic one. Yes. Let's see. What have we done so far? We've done a lot of walking.
Yeah.
We went to both the AMD press conference, in which they announced the 9950 X3D and the 9900 X3D. We've got excuse me, got a little bit of info on that. We went to the NVIDIA press conference with Jensen with the AI everything, and
Oh yeah.
that was a quite enjoyable show.
Yep.
Had our usual spate of meetings on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and so we went through and we met with, MSI, Gigabyte, Asus. Who else have we seen so far? Fractal Design. Fractal Design was waiting for me at 9 o'clock this morning with beer in hand.
Yeah, that was nice.
That was so. Shout out to Fractal Design. And then we went into Be Quiet right after that. Be Quiet one-upped them and had a keg in the room.
Yeah, they had a keg of beer and pretzels.
Like
not just the dry kind, but like the big German.
Yeah, no,
doughy.
they had like a whole pretzel cooker in the room. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So 9 o'clock this morning started having beer with Fractal Design, and then went into Be Quiet, had some German Hefeweizen and pretzel.
Yeah.
That was
our kind of our lunch.
Yeah,
that was part of it anyway.
That was definitely a welcome surprise.
Yeah.
So, yeah. They all knew who was coming. Yes, they did.
Yeah. Well, no, Fractal specifically said that we got this because we knew you were coming.
Yeah, Fractal actually did some homework and started asking around, like, people, where do we go on Vegas to buy beer? And like 5 or 6 people pointed them to Able Baker.
Yeah.
And so they had 4 cans of Able Baker for us there when we got to the suite this morning.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. So thank you, Andrew. Let's see. What else have we done?
Let's see. We also went to, a Thermaltake, which they had some very interesting things there.
Yeah, Thermaltake had some interesting things to talk about. Usually when I go to the suites, I want to talk about, like, what's the coolest thing, and so on the wrap up show we'll go. We went to Asus and we saw this, or we went to MSI and we saw this. Thermaltake, I want to talk about like 4 things.
Yeah,
because it was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We didn't go to the main show floor, but we did go to one of the smaller convention show floors, and there were some interesting things there. Not really PC related, but I think that we saw one that was the handheld stuff.
Yeah, I finally met up with a GPD and had a great conversation with them. So hopefully we'll be seeing some GPD products on the channel here before too long. I mean, my daily driver that you can see right here, GPD WinMax 2. I've been driving this thing for a little over 2 years now. It's fantastic. I'm doing the stream remotely with just a battery. I'm not even plugged in.
Yeah.
And this thing's been a little champ. I've done a dozen shows on this laptop. And all I do is plug in a webcam and plug in my wireless mics, and we hit broadcast.
Yeah.
So
it's like a little mobile studio. It's pretty good.
Yeah, no, this has been killer to take around and do things like this with. Plus, on the plane, I got a game console with me,
basically,
so best of both worlds. We discovered 1923 Prohibition Bar.
Oh, yeah, that was super cool.
That was fantastic.
Yes, that was good.
Tried to go to them a second time, and turns out they were closed.
Yeah, they're only open at night.
The one in the Venetian is only open on the weekends. So it's like,
nobody wants morning cocktails? Come on.
Apparently not,
I think that they would.
But that is probably the best Sazerac that I've had that I didn't make myself. So I ordered a Sazerac, and what did you get?
It was like a campfire is what it was. It was it was almost like an old-fashioned, but a little more orange in it, and they had some chili bitters.
Yeah.
And they had a toasted marshmallow on top.
Yeah, they toasted a marshmallow on top of the cocktail. Yeah. And then I had a traditional Sazerac, and that was absinthe rinse and brandy, and it was fantastic.
So good stuff.
Yes. So shout out to 1923. Let's see. We went out to a sports bar and watched the Lions game on Sunday night.
Enjoyed that.
I enjoyed the heck out of that. Yep.
That was a good game, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We've had some pretty fantastic food. We've had some honestly downright like disappointing food.
Oh yeah.
Today too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That Wahlburger was pretty bad.
We stopped by the Wahlburger, Mark Wahlberg's burger joint. The most generic,
Bland tasting. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you're reading through it and you're like, all right, this seems
Sounds
pretty decent.
good.
Yeah. And then
It was just so bland.
Tasteless.
I don't even think they put salt on my burger, to be honest.
Yeah.
It just tasted like nothing.
Yeah, I had I wasn't feeling that hungry this afternoon, so I just had I had one of their appetizers. It was tots. It was barbecue chicken tater tots, and it's like that sounds like it
Sounds good.
really
Yeah.
good. It was the most generic, like mild tang barbecue sauce I've ever had, with some tater tots and some pico de gallo.
Yeah.
In it, and it's like. It was barely even enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like it was edible. That's
Yeah,
about
that's
all I
about
can
it,
say
yeah.
for it. But yeah, very disappointed by Wahlburger. Let's see. All right, we have beers to open.
Yeah, we have beers to open.
Yeah.
What do you want to start with?
Let's go ahead and start with the mango.
Let's do the mango?
Yeah.
Let's start
That
light
sounds good.
and go heavy.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Let's see how this goes. Ooh.
Stole some cups out of the bathroom.
Yep. I don't think we'll even empty out this whole thing if we fill both these up.
Yeah.
They're kind of small, but yeah, we go for refills. That's fine.
Exactly.
Actually, I don't know. Maybe
That's
it
probably
might,
8
it might,
ounces
it might
each.
be. It might
Yeah.
be 8 ounces each. Yeah.
No, probably a 10-ounce glass.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It might be okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yes, I've met some really fun people as well. Got to meet Russ from Retro Game Core, as well as ETA Prime. I met both of them at the Lenovo event on Tuesday. That was fantastic getting to meet them face to face finally. And they're just as wonderful people in person as I could have ever hoped for. So shout out to both Retro Game Core, Russ, and ETA Prime. If you're not subscribed to their channels and you like a lot of the gaming handheld content that I do, they are kind of the masters at that craft. So go subscribe to them. Let's see. Nick and Cora from, what is the name of their? Gear Seekers.
Gear Seekers.
Australia.
Oh yeah, we ran into them. Yeah.
Yeah, we ran into Nick and his wonderful wife at the. I think we were at Asus when we ran into them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Finally, again, speaking to people you talk to all the time, and then finally get to meet face to face. You know, that was a fantastic surprise. I didn't expect to see them coming to CES.
Yeah.
I mean, Australia.
They're Australia. That's a long trip.
Yeah. Who else have we met this week? Gosh, I'm trying to remember.
Well, we were sitting right next to Linus at at the NVIDIA keynotes.
We happened to be in line with Linus and all of his crew for the NVIDIA keynote. So we sat next to his crew as well as Austin Evans. So we sat next to them for the entire keynote. So that was kind of fun. Had a good conversation with Colton. I always like hanging out with Colton. They are. I can't imagine doing what they do.
Oh yeah,
here.
yeah. Well, we were talking a little bit what their process is just here.
Yeah.
And it seemed way more involved than anything we do.
Yeah. They had 37 key points that they were trying to do deliverables on. So basically 37 pieces of video that they have to capture.
They just send little teams out going all over the place.
Yeah.
Film, come back, send the videos out for people to edit, so they can post stuff.
Yeah, they get the footage uploaded, and then they have 3 teams working around the clock. They have 2 in Canada and 1 in Australia that are editing videos around the clock for them. Production is not even the right word for it. Like it is quite the task that they do, getting all their content up this week. So. Kind of fun peeking behind the curtain and watching them, pull strings behind the curtain there.
The whole process they got going on.
Yeah.
All the logistics that goes behind it.
Yeah. And then I went, yeah, and with me, it's just us.
Yeah. It's like, do you want to do some video stuff? No. All right, well, we won't then.
Yeah.
We'll just do a live stream.
Yeah. In previous years, I've tried to do some video content. I did bring the camera with me, and I've been taking some B-roll. But I mainly wanted to just get out again, network again, shake some hands again. And not really focus too much on trying to pump out videos and more just be a little bit more present and talk to the people I need to talk to. And,
right. Make new connections.
Exactly.
See if you can get in at places.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
Yep. Yeah, we gate crashed a couple places. So
yeah, we did.
That was fun. Yeah. We were kind of a late add to CES. I didn't find out I was going until about 3 weeks prior. And so, and then I got sick. And then, so I didn't bother scheduling basically any meetings. So the 3 meetings that I had scheduled on Tuesday ended up turning into like 9 or 10 meetings that I ended up going to. Same kind of thing happened today. I think we only had 2 on the schedule. We ended up with 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, you just go walk around. It's like, oh, they're here. Let's go see if we can get in. And most of the time they're accommodating. Sometimes they're not. But,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So then you just have to beat out the door. Do you know who I am?
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah. Although Kevin at Be Quiet was giving me crap because I didn't tell him I was coming. And we were waiting to meet with one of the other crews that was at the Bellagio. And I happened to see someone in a Be Quiet sweatshirt walk down the hallway. And I went, oh, right. Kevin from Be Quiet's probably here. I should probably text him. And so I literally pull up my phone and I'm typing in like, hey, by the way, we're at CES. I just saw you I just saw your crew at the Bellagio. Do you have a suite? Would you like us to come up? Kind of thing. And then the elevator opens and Kevin walks out and he goes, you didn't tell me you were going to be here. And I'm like, I'm literally texting you right now. He was all right. I got to see Shannon from Patriot. That was I'll always love seeing that big guy. So shout out to Shannon, shout out to Kevin. You guys are 2 of the best. Anyway, I'm gonna drink this beer.
It's actually, I've been sipping on it. Not super mango forward, but pretty good, light. Doesn't really have too much of the Hefeweizen esters that you kind of expect, like the banana ones.
Yeah.
But still, the mango makes up for it, so it's pretty good.
That is a nice starter beer.
It is. It's clean, light.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I didn't read what the ABV was on this.
5.
5. Okay, there it is. Yep. There it is. Yeah, not too heavy.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, I don't have any visuals prepped, so we're just going to kind of talk about things today. But I did have some links in the description if you kind of want to follow along. Excuse me.
Excuse the intermittent coughing.
Yeah, excuse the intermittent coughing. Let's see. Actually, I might be able to do some screen sharing here. I haven't tried this on this laptop before. Let's see. Nope,
that's just me.
That's a different one. Article. Okay. Oh, and of course the camera feed's all weird.
Yeah.
Hold on. I can fix this. Okay, there's us.
We can make it work.
We can make this work. There we go.
We're totally prepared, guys.
Yes.
Super prepared.
Completely professional show. You guys expect nothing but the best from us.
Yeah. This is just seeing how the sausage is made, basically.
Right, exactly.
You're getting a sneak peek in the whole process.
And then somewhere on here, display capture. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Actually, I probably want to do a window capture here, so we'll hide that. Do window capture. I should probably bring up a different browser that I'm not logged into.
Right, there you go. It'll be a second.
We'll get this going.
We'll get it going.
I can. Oops. There we go. We'll switch back to the full screen for now.
So you don't get to see. You get to see all the clicks.
Yep. No Microsoft Bing. I don't want to.
You don't want to use Bing?
I don't want to personalize my experience.
You sure? You sure?
I'm pretty positive.
Yeah. Well, another thing too that, as you probably guessed, and a lot of people guessed, there was AI stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
AI this, AI that. There was some pretty cool implementations of it.
Yeah.
And there was some very superfluous implementations of it. I think on the show floor, we were walking by, and they had. This seems dumb to me, but like a pellet smoker. Like it was a pellet smoker, like a barbecue with, or like a Traeger, basically. And it was AI-enabled pellet smoker. It was like, it's supposed to like kind of watch your food for you, and if it like, I don't know. I've never had. I got a pellet smoker at home. I have never had the need to have it watched or anything like that. I mean, it's literally one of those things where you just let it go.
We got it.
There we go.
All right. So we'll start with Thermaltake, because there was a lot there that I wanted to talk about. And I think we'll start with... do they have the... Yeah, so here's all their CES announcements. So if anyone's ever seen Thermaltake's Tower 500, there's a running gag that everyone calls it the popcorn machine.
Yeah.
It looks like a popcorn machine. It's 3 sides of glass, and it has like the Thermaltake bar across the top. Well, they kind of leaned into it with their newest chassis in the Tower 250. The 250 is a kind of a miniaturized version of the Tower 500.
Oh, wait, one thing quick.
Yep.
I think the sound's a little screwed up.
Oh.
I think our mics are coming through. I think we're using the PC
I see. Yep, it changed my audio when I changed. Okay, there we go.
That should be better now. Is that better now, Al?
We should be all set.
Should be all set now.
All right.
Back to the popcorn machine.
Back to the popcorn machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Sounds like the PC mic. Yep, sorry about that. Anyway, so the PC, or the Tower 250, is a miniaturized version of the PC, or of the Tower 500. It's a mini ITX sized machine, and they're kind of leaning into the meme of the popcorn machine. In that, here we go. There we go. It's now available in a yellow and brown colorway.
Yeah, so it kind of looks like popcorn itself.
Yeah. So they call it the butter caramel, and then they also have a mint strawberry and a hydrangea blue. The mint strawberry is actually a kind of a cool one. It's like a mint on the outside and then kind of a pink inside.
Yeah.
I like a little bit more unique colorways with PCs.
Mm-hmm.
I like that Thermaltake's kind of going a little bit different direction with some of these. I believe they're also available in the standard white and black.
Yeah, they did have white and black there, but those were the standout colors.
Yeah. But kind of a cool looking case, and definitely a little bit different form factor. It's a vertically mounted motherboard with a vertically mounted GPU.
Yeah.
And so all of your I/O comes out of the top of the case. A little bit different form factor, and definitely something that some people can have some fun with. They introduced some new power supplies. They've got some daisy chainable fans with some magnetic hubs on them. That's all kind of cool. That's not what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about their racing cockpit.
Yeah.
So Thermaltake, for the last couple of years, has been getting into a little bit more of some specialized peripherals. And I believe it was 2 years ago that they introduced their racing cockpit. So it's a full sit-down seat. It's got a mount for a steering wheel, a shifter, pedals, all that kind of thing. You can configure it into a cockpit, so you can do a flight simulator. But that's not the cool thing that they introduced at this show. They're actually looking at doing a full motion system.
Yeah.
This is not released yet, but it will be coming, I believe they said second half of this year. And they were showing it off, and I was actually very impressed from someone who has genuinely looked at motion systems before. They have 4 linear accelerators that bolt up to their GR500 cockpit setup. And they are working on developing software that is plug and play with a lot of the common games that you would play. So your Assetto Corsa and your Project Cars and your Microsoft Flight Simulator and all of those. Each linear actuator has 4 inches of vertical travel and can be custom tunable, or you can use plug and play profiles that plug into your games. No pricing available yet, but this is probably one of the more affordable and honestly plug and play options that I've ever seen in the full motion simulator space.
Yeah. They were also, want to talk about software too. They were actually talking about like roller coaster simulators too for that type of thing, and that'd be great to get like Planet Coaster or something like that.
Yeah.
And be able to like actually physically ride the coaster that you design. That would be really fun. Not only is like, and the actuators are sold separately, right? So they attach right to their cage. So you can buy the cage, and then save up and buy the actuators later, and they just lock onto the side. It's very, very cool.
Yeah. The other thing that they did. Hold on. Let me look for the.
So you can find it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they had pictures of it.
If not, I took pictures.
Yeah, I took pictures too.
Is it this guy? No, it's not that guy. Hold on. I'll find it. They had sitting on the desk a retail immersion cooling case.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what it sounds like.
Complete immersion.
Yeah. Oops.
That's me again.
Hold on. There we go.
There we go.
All right. Yeah, they have a retail case that they're looking at selling that is a full immersion case, basically using Novec liquid. Now, the liquid costs just as much as the system that you're going to pour it into.
Right, yeah.
Novec is not a cheap substance.
No.
But this is something that no one's really dove into in the last 20 years or so.
I've seen people build their own and do their own.
Yeah.
I've never seen a retail case for it.
I'm trying to think of who did the fish tank one. There was a company that did an acrylic fish tank that was meant for immersive cooling, for mineral oil pieces.
Yeah, mineral oil, yeah.
But this is the first one that I've seen for Novec. So not only is it a waterproof tank, it also includes a pump to circulate the liquid inside of the chassis. It is 100% meant to be immersive cooling.
Yeah.
And I wish I had some pictures.
We have them on our phones.
Yeah.
But no way of showing it right now.
Yeah.
Actually, wait. Maybe I can we'll do it the low-tech way.
Well, hold on. I can pull up a picture.
Oh, you got it on that
I
way?
should be able to share it. Let's see, where are you at? There it is.
There it is. Oh, there you go.
Can I share?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. Now the question is, can I bring it up
On the browser? You should be. Oh, should be able to. There it is. There it is.
All right. So yeah, this is the full immersion cooling case from Thermaltake. And you can see the Novec liquid in there. You can see the graphics card is vertical over here on the side. And this is called the iX300. They have two different models. There's the iX300 and the iX600.
Yeah.
They are a mini ITX and a full ATX in size. And like I said, they include the pump for circulating the fluid inside of the system. So, God bless you.
I know. I mean, it's pretty cool. Is it practical or cheap?
No, of course not.
But it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So hold on, I'm trying to. There we go.
There we go.
So yeah, Thermaltake given the immersive cooling PC a try.
Yeah.
Again, so is this a good idea? No. Should you do it at home? No. The immersive cooling is beyond enthusiast.
Yeah.
It is. I would say you have to have a mental illness,
Right. It's
to want to embark onto it.
You're more like, well, I don't care if this can be done. I'm just going to do it. For the mad lads out there.
Yep. So yeah. That was Thermaltake. Like I said, there was a lot that I wanted to see, or I wanted to share from them. But let's dive into, I think, the main event. We finally have some hard specs for RTX 5000 cards.
Yes.
For this, we will jump straight to NVIDIA's webpage. We'll just read straight from there. By the way, full disclosure, NVIDIA did pay for my plane trip and the hotel room.
Yeah.
So this is not sponsored by NVIDIA, but they did help cover some of the costs of the trip. So I just want to make sure that is in full view and fully disclosed before we get into this. The RTX 5090, 5080, 5070 Ti, and 5070 are all now official. We have specs, we have prices. We don't have any performance numbers to share.
Not yet.
NVIDIA themselves has not given really anyone access to performance. Sorry, real quick. Jordan chimes in and says, "Are you sure that's Novak that uses phase change? That looks more like Castrol DC15." It's probably DC15. You're probably correct. So I had probably made the assumption that it was Novak, but you're right. Novak is phase change. So never mind. Steve paid for the viewers, NVIDIA paid for the room.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Exactly.
It's the least I can do. And NVIDIA doesn't get any of the beers, though.
Right. Yeah, these are my beers.
These are my beers, NVIDIA. Stay away.
There is a mini bar in the room, and it's one of the mini bars that if you take something out for more than 60 seconds, it charges you for it.
Yeah.
So we've been very careful to avoid that. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of fun stuff in there. There's
I don't know if you want to say.
Yeah. I mean, there's nuts and candies and water and crackers.
They have like little kits too. There's like a recharging kit, so like if you forget your phones, like a USB and a charger and everything like that. They have a hangover kit with like vitamin C and emergencies, stuff like that. And then they have an intimacy kit, which just you can use your own imagination. What's in there?
Comes with bits and bobs and accessories.
Yeah.
It's like, all right then.
Okay.
Cool. I've never seen that in the minibar before.
Never saw that before either.
Yeah. Anyway, the RTX 5000. We'll start with the 5090. For anyone hoping for a price drop, not this time around.
No.
In fact, we've gone the other direction. $2,000 is the RTX 5090. Available starting on January 30th, so end of this month. And excuse me. $2,000. We do have some specs that we can finally share on the 5090, though. We do have these graphs from NVIDIA for relative performance, although there's nothing at all finite or detailed in here.
Right.
So, as always, wait for benchmarks.
Yep.
But if we scroll down a little bit, there we go. In fact, I'm going to try to zoom in so I can read it, because holy crap, that's small. There are advantages of having a 10.5-inch laptop. There are some serious disadvantages, too. I am with arm's length of this, and I can barely read what's on the screen.
Yeah.
So, compared to the RTX 4090, based on Ada Lovelace, this is the all-new NVIDIA Blackwell architecture, obviously. They're really pushing the AI tops, the AI performance metrics. And supposedly this has almost 3 times the amount of AI performance as the RTX 4090 does. 1321 versus 3352 for the RTX 5090. And a big portion of that is actually due to the increased memory bandwidth. We're going from 1 gigabyte per second, or 1,000 gigabyte per second, to 1,792 gigabytes per second memory bandwidth, thanks to the jump up from GDDR6X to GDDR7.
Yep.
Obviously, everything kind of gets a spec bump. We're going from 3rd-gen ray tracing cores and tensor cores to 4th-gen ray tracing cores, 5th-gen tensor cores. 32 gigabytes of GDDR7 versus 24 gigabytes of GDDR6X. And unfortunately, they didn't give the actual CUDA core counts on here, but I believe Tech PowerUp has those. RTX 5090. There we go. So yeah, 21,760 CUDA cores, wow. 680 TMUs, 182 ROPs, or 192 ROPs, 512-bit memory bus, again, that GDDR7, based on the GB202 GPU die. Again, yeah, price is going to be about $2,000. There are going to be board partner cards. I asked every board partner that I talked to over the last 2 days if they had pricing. So far, no one has final pricing on those. So the only price that we have confirmed is the Founders Edition cards, the NVIDIA reference cards here. Over the last couple generations, AI board partner cards have been a little bit more expensive. And so it's pretty realistic we'll be seeing cards between $2,200 and $2,500.
Yeah, above the 2,000 mark, yeah.
Yeah. Again, that's pure speculation on my standpoint, but that's been the trend over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So.
It looks like it's, and we saw a bunch of the cards, but yeah, they wouldn't say anything about the price.
Yeah. But the 5090 is not really a product for you or I, like if we're being honest.
Yeah. It's okay. Since they got rid of the Titan series, this is more like the Titan of the thing.
Yeah, the 5090 even more so now with the pricing is being aimed well beyond consumer.
Yeah.
I mean, $2,000 for a graphics card when you could easily put together a system with, you know, a 4070 or 4070 Ti
and be totally fine
for less money than the graphics card.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the prices have gotten a little bit ridiculous. But what we did see in good news is actual price drops across the board on the other cards. So if I can actually pull up, shoot, I think I had a better article than this. One sec. Let me see where that was. Hold on. We'll pull it up here. Really? I love how I start my live stream. What in the world? Jeez.
Oh, it's going to make you do a verify?
Yeah, it's making me 2FA. Okay. Where's my 2FA? Come on.
I'm almost done with my beer. I was thirsty from the walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, Babel Baker is like about a mile from our hotel. Mm-hmm. So it was a hike there and hike back. So.
There we go.
We got it? Okay, there we go. There it is.
Cool. I just wanted to bring up my video description. Like I started live streaming and I've signed into this laptop and everything else, and it didn't make me 2FA to start the live stream, but apparently looking up my videos was one step too many. Oh, that's right. PC Gamer has the full breakdown, so we'll use that. There we go. All right, so here is the full breakdown of the 5000 series cards. We've got obviously the RTX 5090 launching at $2,000 with 21,760 CUDA cores. Coming in next at actually a price drop, down from $1,199 to $999 is the RTX 5080. This does still have 10,752 CUDA cores. So again, less than half of the RTX 5090. And I will say I'm a bit disappointed to see only 16 gigs of memory.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if there's room for a Ti or a super version with 24 gigs later on. But especially as we're seeing these cards become more and more 4K capable, especially with DLSS, especially with some of the add-in things, I'm a little surprised that we stuck with 16 gigs of memory on this $1,000 card here. We do have the RTX 5070 Ti coming in at 8,960 CUDA cores and 16 gigs of GDDR7. That one is $749. And honestly, probably the winner of the whole thing is the RTX 5070.
Yeah.
And I hate to say just how affordable this card is at $550. But NVIDIA made the proclamation that the RTX 5070 is going to be as fast as the RTX 4090 when it comes to gaming. Now, I've already seen a lot of negative reaction to that statement, which is I'm honestly a little bit surprised with. Now, credit to everyone for their jaded responses that, oh, it's probably just with DLSS, or it's probably just in these like specific games and things like that. This is not the first time NVIDIA has made this claim. The last time was with the RTX 4070 Ti, or sorry, the 4070 Super. When that launched last year, NVIDIA made the claim that it was as fast as the RTX 3090. And within a couple of percentage points...
It was pretty close.
It was right.
It was pretty close, yeah.
The 4070 Super ended up being just like 1 or 2% slow, I think, on average, than the 3090. But when you consider that the 3090 was a $1,500 card, and here's the 4070 Super coming in at $600, I'll take a 2% hit on that any day.
Right, yeah. You save so much more money for just a smaller hit.
Exactly. And the thing is that statement from NVIDIA was accurate both for rasterization and for ray tracing performance. Both metrics were accurate. And they delivered a card that was just as fast as the RTX 3090 for $600. They're coming out of the gate swinging here with that same proclamation at $50 less, way earlier in the timeline even, because the 4070 Super was a refresh to the 4070. The 4070 wasn't that well received.
No.
And to be quite honest, was not really a great card. But the 4070 Super
knocked it out of the park.
Kind of knocked it out of the park. And has been kind of the card to buy over the last year or so. NVIDIA making the proclamation that the 5070 is going to be as fast as the 4090 in gaming. That's a heck of a statement.
Yeah, that is a heck of a statement, considering how expensive 4090s are right now.
Yeah. Well, 4090 is a $2,000 card.
I know.
Yeah.
So it's more than half off.
Yeah.
You know, and you get the same performance.
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer.
I made the statement as soon as Jensen revealed the price. I posted on Blue Sky that NVIDIA just broke the GPU market as it sits today. Now again, this all has to wait for benchmarks. This all has to wait for things to actually pan out.
Yeah, see real-world numbers.
But at $550, if that is actually the performance of that, man, does that invalidate every other graphics card on the market right now?
Yeah.
As far as performance and value.
Yeah.
Does it make even the B580 from Intel look like kind of a terrible value at $250 by comparison? Because it's going to be light years behind in performance.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Behind this card at $550. Now, obviously, there should be a gap, but it's not even going to be the same league if these numbers bear out. And I'm gonna be the one to say it. I'm going to agree with NVIDIA until proven otherwise in this statement. Just as kind of an optimistic lookout. Like, yeah, we could be burned. It could come in and go, oh, only if you're using DLSS 4 titles and only if you're doing this. But NVIDIA making a blanket statement to me tells me there's probably some good amount of truth.
Yeah, they probably got
within
they got some confidence behind that
Yeah.
statement. Yeah.
Yeah, and because they have the history of making that statement before, I tend to lean.
Yeah.
This is probably going to be
yeah.
a fantastic deal.
I mean, again, don't buy it right out. Do wait for benchmarks, which they're probably going to come fairly quickly after release.
Yeah.
So you won't have to wait long. But yeah, it's looking. If it does turn out to be true,
Yeah.
and you're looking to do an upgrade, that's going to be the card to get.
Yeah, definitely.
That's going to be the card to get.
Yeah. $550. That is going to go into a lot of gaming systems.
Yes.
And honestly, at $750, the 5070 Ti, and at $999, the 5080. Look, I hate the graphics cards are $1,000 now. I hate that just like everyone else.
Yeah.
Like I loved the day when, $600 was the top graphics
the top
card,
end,
$1,000 for a Titan.
Yeah.
But the economy is a little bit different right now. Things are just a little bit more expensive. But $550 for the 5070, $750 for the 5070 Ti, $1,000 for the 5080. I like those prices.
Yeah.
I hate to say that I like those prices.
I know. Saying that $500, that's a good deal. Does feel a little wrong to say that, but it actually is true when you look at performance and the current market and everything. It does seem like a good deal at that. Price to performance, it's a great deal.
Yeah. Build It Up says he immediately qualified it with made possible by AI. Of course, he said that because 99% of that presentation was about AI.
AI, yeah.
They introduced the cards, the names of the cards, and then they gave the price points, and that was it.
And then it was all AI
and
stuff.
then everything else in that presentation was AI.
It was AI all the time.
Yeah. And look, when you're on stage and you're giving a presentation and your shareholders are watching, make no doubt that pomp and circumstance was for shareholders, not for gamers.
Yeah.
About the future of AI and whatnot. Of course, he's going to qualify every statement he says by made possible with AI. And DLSS is an AI technology. Like, it's one of the things that is on the forefront. It's one of the AI technologies that we actually use as gamers. Yeah, of course it is. That doesn't mean that your raster performance is going to be terrible. That doesn't mean that you're only going to be able to play these games at these settings with DLSS. Like we've seen actual pure raster performance come a markedly long way in the last couple of generations. And it gets better with DLSS and FSR and things like that. So yeah. Have you heard about the things making all of our shareholders stupid rich? AI, yeah.
It makes the shareholders salivate. Yes.
All right, let me finish this beer so we can get on to the next one.
Yeah, let's get on the next one. I'm getting thirsty already. I mean, it's only been like 5 minutes since I finished it, but... All right, now we're on to the Coconut Kiloton.
Yes.
Whoa. That just splattered everywhere. A lively beer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. I like we have the house plant holding up both of our phones.
I know. We have a little succulent here in the middle.
And as Zach points out, fundamentally it doesn't matter if performance comes from AI or from driver optimization. Performance is performance.
Exactly. Yeah.
We love as gamers to analyze everything. And a little bit too much sometimes. We get into frame generation and go, well, those are just fake frames. Yeah, but if your eye can't tell the difference,
and it looks great,
doesn't matter. And look, they had a demo of Forbidden West running with all of the ray tracing goodies enabled and things like that. And I made a point right off the bat that this looks terrible with DLSS enabled because there's a halo around Aloy. And you can see all the DLSS artifacts around her. It gives her this artificial halo and whatnot. And you can see some shimmering and things like that.
Kind of like the bad green screen type of thing. Yeah.
Right. But there were a couple other games that they had running there that I would have never known.
Yeah.
Had I not been told that it was running DLSS. And so, there are some artifacts that you can see, and if you don't like those, turn it off. You're going to get worse performance, but at the same time, it's going to be a better image. And sometimes that's what matters in your gaming. Other times, you want pure performance, and you want 200 frames per second at 4K. And that's going to come with frame generation, that's going to come with DLSS, that's going to come with maybe the occasional graphical artifact, but that's the give and take of different levels of performance.
Yeah.
So... sorry I'm late, but I want to see reviews for the 5070 before I make my final decision. Oh, of course. I'm not telling everyone to go out and pre-order.
No, that was my exact suggestion. It's like, it looks good, but yes, wait until the news is out.
Yeah. But I can't wait to get my hands on these cards. I'm actually more excited for this launch than I have been in quite some time, simply because it seems like we're actually getting a generational leap. And it seems like the prices have kind of normalized a little bit. Even gone down slightly from the launch prices of the previous generation, which is something I did not expect to come in saying. I knew the 5090 was probably going to be 1800 plus. I was banking on 2000, and I nailed 2000 for my estimate. I was pleasantly surprised at the price regression on the other launched devices there. Kraft, talk about Project Digits.
We're not talking about Skynet. Project Skynet.
Yeah, Project Skynet. Let's bring up Project Digits. This was one kind of out of left field for me because I didn't expect anything like this out of NVIDIA. And the way they introduced it was really cool. Jensen talking about developing DGX as an AI server that was running 8 of their graphics cards parallelized in a server rack, and how they went on to develop that thing, and how he wishes you could like shrink it down and make it smaller. And then he walks over and from underneath his jacket pulls out digits after shrinking the image on the screen on stage, and makes it look like he's grabbing it off the podium. It was a really good effect.
Pretty cool, yeah.
I liked that
pretty
effect.
Cool.
But for the last couple of years, NVIDIA has been developing their Grace products, which are high-performance ARM processors that are used in conjunction with their AI processors. So we've had Grace Hopper that was based on NVIDIA Hopper, which was not a graphics-based processor, but was a strictly AI-driven processor. But now we're starting to talk about Grace Blackwell. Grace Blackwell has been a server product that has been kind of in the wild for maybe the last 6 or so months. But there's the idea of, well, how can you or I get access to some of these? Because Grace Hopper and Grace Blackwell have been like $40,000
extremely expensive,
components, and rack mount only, and you need either server air cooling or water cooling, infrastructure and things like that. And it's not the thing that you can just go and buy, even if you wanted to. Excuse me. Sorry. Like I said, I'm still trying to get over this. I'm sure my voice sounds horrible.
You just got to drink more beer.
Yeah.
You got to get that cleared up. Maybe we should warm the beer up.
Oh,
it's good, right?
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, yeah. I don't know if that helps or hurts, but
it's helping me.
Anyway, so how can you or I get access to NVIDIA's Grace architecture? Well, they have created literally a mini PC that is going to run Grace Blackwell in a shrunk down size, and they're calling it NVIDIA Project Digits.
Now, I think they're going to change the name. They're looking to change the name, but he called it Project Digits.
Yeah. Right now it's just called Project Digits. You shouted out Skynet.
Yeah.
You wanted it to be Skynet.
I wanted it to be Skynet.
Because this is meant to be basically an AI processor that you can run at home or business or wherever you need. But you don't need any infrastructure to run behind it. You can literally plug it in as an accelerator to an existing PC over USB, or you can plug it into a network and access it over the web. You can point different applications at it and have it just do AI processing for you. And it's a really interesting kind of deployment use case for an AI processor. But on board, it has the NVIDIA's Grace CPU, which I believe was a 20 ARM core. Yeah, 20 ARM core of high performance ARM, as well as a Blackwell GPU die. There's also 128 gigabytes of unified memory between the CPU and APU, we'll call it, as well as 4 terabyte NVMe built into this thing.
So just on specs alone, it's just a beast.
No, it's insane. He also said you could, in theory, use this as a workstation. There are video outputs on this. You can use this as, a Mac Mini killer.
Yeah, you could.
It is going to be $3,000.
Yeah.
I mean, it is expensive, but for the hardware that's on board,
it's pretty good.
It's actually kind of a good deal.
It's kind of a good deal, yeah.
I hate to say how good of a deal that is, but I kind of want one or two of them. I'm definitely going to be asking NVIDIA if I can get one and demo this off, because it is a really, really cool piece of kit.
Yeah. Ask for 2, one for the kitchen, one for the bedroom.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I gotta have it throughout the house.
Yeah, plug one into my fridge so my fridge can be AI powered.
Yeah, AI powered fridge. I want it to learn what I'm eating, so it knows ahead of time to cook it for me.
How long before ETA Prime does a review running Android to run emulators? My God, is a little emulation box. Can you even imagine?
Oh God.
I mean, if I get one, I'm probably going to run some AI tasks on it. But at the same time, I'm also going to throw some emulators at it just for the fun of
just
it.
to see it?
Yeah. I mean, in theory, this would run Windows.
Yeah, it should.
It will run
ARM
Linux.
version,
yeah. And a lot of the ARM libraries have been ported over and are cross-compatible with x86 anymore. And so you can run things like Steam. You could run games on this if you wanted to.
If you wanted to.
I don't know that it's
That's not the most practical use
for it. or affordable system for that, but
you could if you wanted to.
You could absolutely run games on this if you wanted to, and I kind of want to take it for a spin as like a little mini workstation.
Yeah, just to see what it does.
Yeah,
it's not made for it, but just why not?
Half the things that I do aren't made for it.
Right. You want to take it out and kick the tires.
Yeah. But will it run Doom? Easily.
Easily run Doom, yeah.
Will it run Crysis? Absolutely.
I'm sure it'll run Crysis. Many instances of Crysis.
Yes.
No problem.
Yeah. Will it run Windows ARM as a VM or on Linux as an ARM on ARM BSD? I imagine it'll probably run Linux at its host or at its core. But in theory, now that Microsoft's agreement with Qualcomm is expired, you can download a universal installer for Windows ARM, and as long as there's a driver available,
it should work.
You could run Windows on this if you really wanted to. I don't know if the drivers will be available, if NVIDIA will bother, releasing Windows drivers. Current server, 8 Tesla M40s versus a 5090. Thoughts? The 5090 is going to blow your 8 M40s out of the water. Flat up. Your biggest limitation is going to come down to memory availability, with only 32 gigs on the 5090, and it's really up to your determination if 32 gigs is going to be enough for your workloads. If you're running M40s right now, if you're running 16 or 24 gig, you're probably fine. But yeah, a 5090 computation lead.
It's leaps and bounds.
Yeah. When will the Mac OS port come from it? Look, NVIDIA and Apple don't get along as it is.
Yeah, I don't think they're... I mean, you could probably cram it on there if you wanted to, but I don't know.
Exactly. Ooh. So yeah, that is Project Digits, a Grace Blackwell for the rest of us. Let's see, what else do we have on the list today? Oh, right, the big announcement. As if the NVIDIA announcement wasn't big enough.
Wasn't big enough, yeah, right?
We actually got to go to a little fireside chat. That was kind of interesting. Lenovo hosted a fireside chat with the head of Xbox Gaming and the architect of SteamOS.
Yep.
And you'll have to apologize. I do not remember their names.
Yeah, the Xbox guy had a big long beard. I just remember that.
Yeah, the Xbox guy, you know, two Linux guys sitting next to him, and the Xbox guy, you know, had
they were all
beard down
bald.
here.
One had
bald
guy, beard guy, bald guy.
Yeah,
bald.
Yeah, it was funny. But anyway, so obviously the big announcement for handhelds this week is that SteamOS is coming to third-party devices. And we kind of knew this was coming, but to what capacity we weren't sure, and who was going to be involved. Right now, it's kind of exclusive to Lenovo, but I think that's just because that's the first one they developed it for.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
If you've ever watched one of my handheld reviews, I give the asterisk with every single review that this handheld still runs Windows, and Windows sucks on a handheld.
It does, absolutely does.
Yeah. Yeah, you've had a little bit of experience with some handheld devices.
Yeah.
And you sat down with one today, and with one of the MSI ones.
Right.
And you picked it up, and within 30 seconds, you're like, this is shit.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, this is garbage. It's like, I don't know what to do. I can't move them. It's not that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and yeah, because yesterday I got to play with a Lenovo with SteamOS on it.
Yeah.
No problems whatsoever. I was able to use it. Very familiar with the interface. Very simple.
Yep.
Had no problems. Yeah, the one we're running Windows.
Yep.
30 seconds is, this is garbage.
Yep.
This is just not user friendly. I mean, if I dinked around with it, I'd probably figure it out, but it's not very easily figured out. I can see how people would be frustrated using it.
Yeah, we both got to try out the new Lenovo Legion Go running SteamOS. Fantastic, flawless, smooth.
Yep. Very lightweight too.
Yeah. Actually, what surprised me was how responsive it was, even with my experience with some SteamOS alternatives like Bazzite or HoloISO or whatnot. Was just how responsive SteamOS was on natively ported over to the Legion Go. The menu interfaces were smooth, very responsive. Yep. Just the navigation on the device was so seamless and intuitive. And honestly, when you're talking about a mobile device, when you're talking about a mobile console, that's what you're looking for. That's the experience you're looking for. Windows is so keyboard and mouse heavy when it comes to the user interface. It's what it's been designed for. That any alternatives to that, when you're talking about, using a touchscreen to navigate or launching different applications. The nice thing about Windows is it does run everything. The problem is that everything is dependent on a keyboard and mouse unless you design it for something else.
Yeah.
But if you're designing a specific application to run, with a touchscreen or with that interface exists only within your application, and it's no longer a seamless interface.
Yeah.
And while some people have done a really great job with that, let's be honest, no one's really done a great job with that.
Not yet.
I've tried just about every launcher there is from launch box to Playtime to Aya Neo's launcher to 1X Player's launcher to GPD's launcher to MSI's launcher to no one does it well. No one except Steam.
Yeah.
No one except Valve does it well. And getting a device that has proper hotkeys for the different interfaces that you need to bring up so you can exit a game or connect to Wi-Fi or change your TDP setting, to, hey, I'm playing Stardew Valley. I only need to run at 5 watts right now. I don't need, 50 watts of power going through this thing. Having that available at a button press and have it be so smooth and intuitive to get to that, it's game changing.
Yeah, very, very nice. And we didn't win the free ones that they gave out, so I was kind of bummed.
Yeah, no, we didn't win those. Yeah. Yeah, 2 people walked away with Legion Go's that were running SteamOS.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But it was an open bar, so I didn't feel so bad. I felt pretty great, actually, when we left.
Yeah. Yeah, gosh. Yeah, Lenovo had an open bar. We went over to AMD. AMD had an open bar. So that was a good night.
Yeah.
And then we came back to the hotel room, or back to our hotel, and we're like, you know what, I could have another one.
I guess we could do a nightcap.
And I had actually already gotten dressed. I was in like my pajama shorts and just a t-shirt, and Steve goes, I want another drink. And I'm like, all right.
But it was good. The drinks were good.
Drinks were fantastic.
The drinks were really good.
Yeah.
And then slept like a log.
Yeah.
I got passed out.
Well, it helps when AMD gives you a full bottle of wine.
Yeah, I know. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. You were wine computing for an evening.
I was, yeah. It was confusing a lot of people. Adam Patrick Murray walked up and he goes, I don't recognize you right now. Because I had some cocktails at the Lenovo thing, but then I'm like, I feel like some wine. And they had a really good Cabernet.
A good red, yeah.
A really good Cabernet.
Yeah.
I was wine computing for the evening.
Well, to be fair, they only had like one IPA that was there, and the rest was like, I think it was Modelo and
they had a Goose Island.
Yeah, it was a Goose Island IPA, but the other 2 beers was like Modelo. Modelo and Stella, I think it was.
Yeah, Stella. Yeah. I think they had some Truly there as well. They had the
maybe they had some Truly. I wasn't even going to touch that.
Yeah, but yeah, then they, just had a couple of bottles of wine, and I'm like, I'll have some wine.
Let's switch it up a little bit.
And like 8 glasses later.
Yeah. I mean, I like wine too, especially with pasta. And when I watch Italian movies, I'll have wine.
Oh yeah,
totally.
yeah. When you hear your family.
When you hear your family.
Jeff, thoughts on the new Asus Flex? What is the Asus Flex?
Because we went to see Asus. I don't remember seeing the Flex.
Oh, right. It's their tablet with the... Is it the tablet? Hold on. No, that's the Flow 13. What is the Flex? What Flex? What are you talking about?
Yeah, we were there. I don't remember seeing a Flex.
There's the Flow. I don't see Flex. Like, I'm getting nothing in search.
The Asus Flux capacitor. Flakes capacitor. Flakes. I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, the DIMM Flex memory. Oh no, it's a tablet with the new AMD processor. Oh right, yeah, the tablet with the AI 965. That's right. I didn't get to see that one hands-on, but I will say I am very, very much anticipating Strix Halo CPUs or APUs launching.
Yeah.
So that is the 965, the 985, and the 990, and those are going to be 8-core, 16-thread Zen 4 with 32 compute units of RDNA 3.5, or a 12-core with 32 compute units, or a 16-core with 40 compute units. Putting that into perspective, the RX 7600 is a 32 compute unit RDNA 3.5, like their graphics card, like the RX 7600. So I am very much looking forward to devices landing with the new 965, 985, and 995.
Yeah.
Those are going to be so good because we're talking about TDPs between, I think, 40 and 125 watts. So obviously your CPU is part of that, and you're not going to drive as much power through your GPU section as like a full graphics card. But a super efficient like mini gaming cube, like a mini PC or even a handheld or a laptop, like
handhelds would be really nice.
Yeah. These are going to be game-changing devices. When
battery life is just going to go up because less power being drawn. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah. So, I can't wait to see Strix Halo. I've been waiting for Strix Halo for about a year from when I first heard about it. AMD teased it at an event. When was that? March? Something like that.
Last year, yeah.
That Strix Halo was coming. And so I've been waiting for the launch for a very long time. Yeah, so I'm exceedingly excited for Strix Halo. Let's see, what else do we have? Thermaltake. Oh, right, ADATA.
Oh, yeah, ADATA.
Yeah. So this one, this is not ADATA's first foray into this, but I'm kind of surprised to see them jump back in. ADATA showed off a whole bunch of new products. Obviously, ADATA makes a whole bunch of different memory products, from storage to actual memory. They were showing off basically all their new form factors of memory. So they had CU DIMMs, CSO DIMMs, for the new laptop standards. Let me see if I can pull up the... Yeah, there we go. So here's their CSO DIMM, or CISO DIMM form factor. Let's see if I can... There we go. Here's the LP Cam DIMM, what became of Dell's initiative to basically create replaceable memory for really tightly integrated mobile CPUs that have been cropping up lately from both AMD and Intel. So LP Cam. But interestingly enough, is ADATA is going back to doing workstation memory with RDIMMs, so registered ECC memory. And their first kit is an 8,000 mega transfer kit. Yeah. As far as speed goes. Which, if you look at some of the people that are making workstation memory, you've got people like Corsair, which have been doing 6,400. You've got, I believe Guile has some workstation memory out there, and they're 6,400 or 6,000. So XPG coming out of the gate swinging at 8,000 mega transfers per second.
I know.
You love to see it. Yeah. And so hopefully for the next batch of Threadrippers or even current Threadrippers, memory bandwidth and speed is not going to be an issue if you're in the market for something like that. I think that's about all that I had for like the big news points that I wanted to talk about.
That really impressed us that we saw. Yeah.
What time is it? 7:15. All right. So we have some time left.
We've got some time left.
Yeah. If anyone has any questions, anything that you guys seen,
because
that we haven't seen yet, anything that I need to go check out.
Yeah, we haven't even been to the main convention floor yet.
Yeah.
So those are always fun because you just walk around and just see crazy stuff.
Yeah, we think cheese is okay.
Yeah, we think cheese is okay. We don't know. He got into it a little bit last night.
We won't do anything. Yeah. In fact, let me send him a message.
Yeah, we'll see. Last we heard, he's okay. Oh yeah, Skull. That's right. There's Helldivers. That's right. Sony announced Helldivers 2 movie, and I think a Horizons movie too.
Yeah, Horizon.
Horizons, yeah. Horizon Zero Dawn and Helldivers, which kind of made me laugh because Helldivers was basically taking a lot of inspiration from Starship Troopers.
Yes.
So Starship Troopers have moved, book, movie, then the video game, and then back to a movie again.
Yeah, exactly.
It's coming full circle. But yeah, no, that'd be fun. I wouldn't mind seeing. I think the artwork around Horizons is great. I think it would make a great movie.
It's a gorgeous game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely right.
I mean, as long as the story is good, and I think it'd be great.
Yep.
Although, video game to movie, the track record is not that great. Usually they kind of fall flat. I think I've seen more adaptations of video games into series. Like the Fallout one was really good.
Fallout was fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. Last of Us series was really good. So if they were going to say do Horizons into a series, I'd probably be a little more excited because I think it might do better. But.
Yeah. What's the weirdest gadget we've seen so far?
Oh, you don't want to know. I don't think we can say.
I have some photos on my phone.
Yeah.
There was one particular booth that was right in the middle of the Venetian show floor.
Yeah.
That was, we'll say, intimacy adjacent.
Yeah.
It was smart AI connected intimacy enhancement devices.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's about as far as we'll go.
Yeah.
I have never seen prostate massagers in glass cases before.
They look so fancy.
That's definitely the weirdest.
Yeah, that was weird. Although my wife had me go find this one because she was actually excited about it.
Hey, cheese is alive.
Cheese is alive. All right.
It's cheese. We had some people asking how you were doing, Cheese.
Yeah.
And so I figured I'd text you and see how you were.
Hopefully you're doing better.
Yeah. After breakfast, he was perfectly okay. Okay, excellent.
That's all you need. You just need to get some good breakfast.
Needed some eggs.
Just need some good breakfast in
that's
you,
right.
man. That's the best way to do it.
That's right.
No, there was like a robot vacuum cleaner that we saw. My wife was really excited about this. That not only did it do the normal vacuuming, but it had a arm.
Yeah.
That would come out the top of it. So it had some AI stuff that would look for particular objects and recognize those objects. And okay, I need to pick this up. So the arm would come out and literally pick the object up, and it knew where to put it. So it would pick it up and then move it and then drop it where it needed to go.
Yeah.
Which my wife was like, I need this. Because that's the thing. She likes her Roomba. She likes her robot vacuum cleaner.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
loves it. But she has to always make sure everything's picked up and everything's got to get out of the way. She's like, well, if I can just have the robot pick everything up and then vacuum, that would be the best. So that was a pretty neat thing.
Yeah.
That we saw.
What else did we see in there? I mean, obviously AI everything.
Right.
There was an AI-assisted barbecue that 3D scanned your meat.
No, it wasn't a barbecue.
Was that the sous vide?
It was a sous vide.
Sous vide, that's
it was
right.
a sous vide,
That's
yeah.
right.
So yeah, it 3D scanned your meat, and it would sous vide it, and it would also sear it.
Yeah.
So it was like a one-stop shop. So you just put it in there. You basically, it's a device where you just put a steak in, and out comes the most perfect cooked steak you've ever had, type of a thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to taste it to find out. But yeah, that was pretty. It 3D scanned your steak, so
Yeah.
it knew the thickness of every part of it, so it knew where to cook and how to do all that type of stuff. And
Yeah.
I mean, that's a little over top for the home, but I mean, like for a restaurant, it would be like, oh, you could just throw it in there and this out comes a steak.
It kind of feels like throwing technology at a place where a pair of calipers would probably get
Right?
the same
No, I
answer,
know
though.
exactly. Yeah,
Like-
it's overthinking the whole thing. But it's always fun to see that type of stuff.
Yeah.
We did actually go. We got to see because we've talked about this in past Talking Heads episodes about the all-in-one beer making devices.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we actually ran into one, and they were giving out free samples.
Yeah.
Of course, we had to try it. We had to try it and compare. They were decent.
They were decent.
They were
yeah.
decent.
The Hef was the best.
The Hef was the best,
Yeah, yeah.
actually, yeah. They had like a porter and they had like a pail and stuff like that. And they were all okay. I mean, but it was still like, I think they said it was like $25 for a gallon, for a kit that would make a gallon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which,
yeah, I know. But it was an all-in-one, so you put it in there, and then once it was done, it could also be the tap handle. And
Exactly.
Yourself,
Yeah.
Which was neat, but,
It was a nice looking system.
yeah, it was a nice looking system.
Yeah.
I still, like, I can spend probably a little bit more, $30, get the raw ingredients, and get 5 gallons.
Yeah.
With my equipment that I have at home.
Exactly.
If I felt like making beer again.
Yep.
But, what else did we see that was pretty cool?
Yeah, home sperm test.
Yeah, the home sperm test.
Yeah, yeah.
That was okay. That was interesting.
Yeah, testing for morphology and defects and things like that.
It was just funny because we were walking by and it's like, test your sperm at home, like
Yeah.
a big sign.
Yeah, giant sign,
Like
test
these
your
big
sperm at
giant like cartoon sperms over there. We're like, oh, okay. We're like, let's do the live stream in front of this.
Yeah, yeah. Just set up right here.
Yeah, let's just do it right here.
Yeah. Did AMD give any more information on the 9070 graphics card? Not
No,
really.
They
No.
didn't do much graphic stuff.
Yeah.
They were only talking about their new CPUs that were coming out.
Yeah, obviously during their keynote, they introduced the 9950X3D, the 9900X3D, and they went through and they talked about some of their AI advancements and talked mainly about Strix Halo.
lot about
and then
Strix Halo.
completely forgot about the fact that they're launching an RDNA 4 graphics card this
Yeah.
week also, which was really weird.
Yeah, they didn't talk about that at all.
Yeah. So yeah, it exists. It's here. The 9070 and the 9070 XT. I really don't have any more information for you than that, though. We did see it at a couple of different.
I'm gonna start working on the wax seal.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's probably gonna take a while.
Here, let me see it real quick.
All right, go for it. You think you got it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're in there.
Oh, we're good? Okay. I was a little concerned about that.
Oh yeah, we're down to the bottle.
Are you down there? Okay. I think I could get it.
Yeah, there
Okay.
you go.
I'll start chipping away at
All
it.
right, cool.
Okay.
But yeah, we did see some different 9070 versions from AIBs.
Yep.
Particularly Gigabyte had some sitting around. Was it Gigabyte? Yes, it was Gigabyte.
I think it was Gigabyte,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was Gigabyte. Had some 9070s up on display. Fine looking cards. I don't have any specs for you. I don't have any numbers. I don't have any performance.
They
I
didn't
don't
really
have
talk
anything.
too much about it.
Yeah. You think AMD is stalling the 9000 GPU announcement so they can tweak memory and a few little to make them more attractive now that NVIDIA gave their specs? No, I just don't think that. AMD and graphics has been a really weird thing. Like, AMD wants to compete in graphics, but I don't think that they want to compete in desktop graphics all that much right now. They just have other priorities within the company, I think is the best way to put it. AMD is killing it in the CPU space.
Yes.
They are killing it in the APU space. It's not that they don't care about graphics, it's just that they don't care about the graphics that are going to sell in a $500 graphics card right now in a market that they really don't control against a competitor who's just taking their lunch money.
Yeah.
But when you look at things like APUs, they're absolutely dominating the market. And so they're definitely putting resources into developing their graphics, but I don't know that they want to spend a lot of time competing in the desktop space right now. I just don't know that it makes a lot of financial sense for them.
Yeah.
So they're releasing a graphics card, but I don't think that they themselves are all that.
They're struggling with their graphics card like I'm struggling with this wax.
Yeah. It's coming.
It's coming. It's coming. Oh, God, dang it.
I love that you bought a wax top and then didn't think about stopping at the general store and buying a pocket knife.
Oh, no, I wasn't going to do that. I got it. I got it. All right. There you go. There. Beauty.
Go for it.
All right, let's do the big boy.
Yep. So I'm still finishing the other one, but yeah.
All right. Well, we can let this breathe a little
Yeah, I'm
bit.
not going to stop you.
Yeah. Well, I want us to enjoy this at the same time, so.
Yeah.
It smells good. It smells good.
So yeah, and look, I don't mean the statement that I don't think an AMD wants to compete. It's just I don't think that's where a lot of their development resources are going right now because they have so many other markets that they're trying to branch out into that are doing very well. You know, obviously compute is a huge part of their game. Obviously AI is a huge part of their game with their MI300 series.
Yep.
Obviously, APUs are a huge part of their game. Obviously, you know, there's so many other components that are moving. I just don't know the graphics are getting the focus right now. And I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. I don't think it's a good thing from us as a consumer standpoint because it's one less product on the market that
Less
has potential competition.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it kind of makes sense if you look at AMD's stack and where they're allocating the resources elsewhere. So... Craft, RTX 5090 giveaway win. I don't give away anything. I've never done a giveaway on the channel.
I don't think you ever done anything.
Yeah. When I get a 5090, it's going home. So, can we call it cask computing?
Cask computing?
Yeah. Maybe. And Cheese chimes in and says, on a different note, Craft, I have a very good recorded interview with Miesh, AMD fellow, about Strix Halo. That was very enlightening.
Very cool. Yeah.
Make sure to subscribe to Chips and Cheese.
Yeah.
And follow up on that. So... Yeah.
I don't want to rush you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna smell this.
I'm working on it. Yep.
That smells good.
My voice keeps fading in between like 30-year smoker and
yeah, we actually got like lemon and tea and honey and stuff. He's been drinking hot toddies, kind of not with whiskey, but
yeah. I've been taking care of my voice where I can. I'm really glad I'm not trying to make any content this week because I have no projection in my voice whatsoever. Like my voice is probably like a third the volume that it normally is.
Yeah. I've been there. I've been there before.
Yeah.
I know. It takes like you feel fine, but it's just like your voice and your sinuses are still just draining, and it's like
Oh, I feel great.
Yeah.
Like physically, like I'm sleeping well at night. I'm waking up and I'm like let's freaking go. And then I get to my first meeting and I sound like death.
Yeah, and they're like, "Are you sure you're supposed to be here?" I don't know.
Yeah. Of course, both.
No, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
It's like
just smoking through a hole in my throat. Exactly. It's kind of what it feels like right now. Of course, then I pull up to Fractal at 9 a.m. and they crack a beer for me.
Yeah. Thanks for the beer.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. I can't say anything yet, but I did see some things today that I am quite excited about from a couple of different companies. not even going to mention their names.
Yeah,
I'm just
you
going
don't
to
wanna
say
say it, yeah.
I'm just going to say our first meeting and our second meeting of the
Yes.
day. Boy, there is a product coming down the pipe that is going to shake things up that even the company itself is a little worried about releasing because it is going to obliterate their product stack.
Yeah.
The product stack that they developed and curated over a lifespan of 30 years, they're going to obliterate that product stack by launching a new product at a price point that shouldn't be.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm quite excited about this one.
Yeah, I was surprised too when they mentioned it. Can't say it though, but
Pricing is insane. Features are insane.
that's good.
I'll find out in a minute.
I couldn't wait. Sorry.
Yeah. Monsters Inc. always watching. I'm always watching you, Wazowski. Does your wife know you're in Vegas hanging out with nerds and porn stars and models and high-class hookers? CEOs count too.
Yeah, my wife encouraged me to go.
Yes.
She told me I should.
Yep. Yeah, no, my wife knows. CEOs are the highest class hookers.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. My sister actually texted me before the show and said, if there's no strippers behind us in the live stream, she's going to be disappointed. So,
I mean, they're there. They're just way over there.
there's
You
one.
can't see. Yeah, you can see down there.
yeah, there's one.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't tell. This is actually the window looking out, but such a high reflection, you probably can barely tell.
Yeah. I mean, you can
Kind of see a little bit
yeah.
right there. A little bit
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got the north end of the strip. The stratosphere is right here.
Yeah.
So we're just in the shadow of the stratosphere. So it's a really pretty view. Yeah, actually quite beautiful in the morning, especially. He was like, "Should we close the window at night?" I'm like, "No, leave it open."
Leave it open.
He goes, "When do we have to get up?" I'm like, 7:30, 8 o'clock. Like the sun's going to be coming up right about then
that time
anyway.
so
Like,
it's fine.
it's
Yeah.
been perfect.
It's been absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, dudes, we are surrounded by smoke in LA right now. This is nuts. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I saw some pictures.
Yeah.
My brother had to fly out of LAX today.
Yeah.
And just driving to LAX, it was just like nasty looking.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, it was crazy.
Yeah. Anyone affected by that, definitely heart goes out to you.
Yeah.
I know there's a huge number of evacuations happening right now and whatnot, and awful to happen, especially like wintertime. Like this is not wildfire season.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be the time to take place.
Yeah. So yeah, just horrible seeing all those images come through. As someone who, we're in Oregon, we have wildfires.
We have
season
wildfires,
too.
and we had a time where stuff got kind of close.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was my son still refers it as red sky season.
Oh yeah.
It's like red sky season.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, that was that 2020? Yeah, September 2020. Oregon set records for worst air quality on record of all time on the
just
planet.
all the fires.
Ever.
Yeah.
That ppm that normally hovers at like 30 or something like that, we broke the charts at 1500.
Yeah.
And like even the worst of like smog times and whatnot, you're like, oh my God, it's 300.
Yeah.
It's like, no, the air is hazardous.
No, you stay inside.
Yeah.
I think I had to change the air filter in my intake for my house like
Oh, yeah.
twice.
Yeah,
Twice.
so did I.
It was like black.
Yeah. Yeah. It was nasty. Yeah. There was dust accumulating like I've never seen inside the house. Out in the cars, there was ash everywhere. It was nasty. So, yeah. I understand what you Los Angelites are going through.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Everyone stay safe. Definitely stay safe. What else we got? We got a little bit of time left.
Sure.
Is this the new OBS bot Tiny, or is it you're running an uncam? This is the OBS Meet 4K. And I really like this camera. we actually have almost no lights on in the room right now.
Yeah.
Amazingly enough, we have 2 desk lamps
Right.
on
And
either
that's
side
it.
of us. And that's all that's lighting us.
Yeah.
This camera has been amazing as like a little mobile webcam. And it's tiny. It's like this big, and it's just USB-C port in the back. It's got a quarter 20 thread built into the camera, which is freaking incredible. Of course, I didn't bring a desk tripod or a clamp or anything, so I have a suitcase, like the foldable suitcase
Holder or whatever, yeah.
with the towel holder and the trash can from the bathroom stacked
on top of
here.
it. So that's what we have stabilizing this thing. Yeah.
Here, let me. I'm gonna take a picture.
You take a picture of it. Yeah. It's a real professional setup.
Yeah.
You could tell pros do it.
Upload that.
Yeah.
Switch over to the other tab, and I'm going to bring up that photo because you guys need to see this.
Yeah, it's super jank, but in a creative way.
Yeah. Come on, upload.
Oh, it didn't upload yet? Give it a second.
Oh, here we go.
There it goes.
Force it. There it is.
Oh, they say I can see in the reflection.
Yeah, here it is. that is my hotel live stream setup.
It's a perfect solution.
Got it to the right height.
We were just dinking around with it. It's like, this is going to work.
Yeah. It's better than the previous solution we had.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
We brought up the suitcase holder, and then we had the ice bucket upside down, balancing on 2 of the straps, with my laptop on top of that, and then the camera on top of the laptop. And so you walk by it, and the whole thing does this.
Shake, yeah. Yeah, you'd barely move, and it would look like an earthquake was happening.
Yeah, it's a little more stable now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Gold suitcase stand, yes, it is.
Yep. Yeah, no, this is a pretty nice hotel room. I've been really impressed.
The whole hotel, I mean, it's one of the newer ones.
Yeah. Yeah, it only opened something like 15 months ago.
Yeah.
So it's fairly brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, last time I was here, this was a giant hole in the ground.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And we're actually right next to a giant hole in the ground, because we look down here, there's a giant hole right there.
Yeah.
Probably another hotel's going to come up right there, but who knows?
Exactly. Yeah, we're across from the Hilton.
We can see the Sahara right over there.
There's the Sahara is just below
empty
us.
lot, and the Sahara is right there.
Then the Stratosphere is right down the way.
Yeah.
We're right at the north end of the strip. So it's a nice area. I like this area.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. I don't know. Did you finish that one? You
Almost.
You didn't get a chance
I'm
to try
working
this.
on
You
it.
got to try it.
I'm working on it.
You got to try it before the stream ends.
Yeah. This is actually a little hard on my throat.
The stout, really?
Yeah, this is. It's delicious.
It's delicious, yes.
But it's not helping anything.
No. Oh, well, if that's not helping, then this is not going to help. Yeah, because this is thicker. It's got
a little bitier.
A little bitier, yeah. It's kind of got the bourbon is really coming through on this thing, like big time. Like almost as like leather notes, like tobacco notes too.
Yeah. That sounds wonderful.
It's really good.
Worst thing you've seen from far from the computing space? Worst thing?
I wasn't seeing anything worse. We saw a lot of like, just kind of like iterations, like small, just the same old type of stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It was just not innovative, I would say.
Yeah.
Or nothing groundbreaking.
We're kind of mid-cycle on a lot of consumer tech products right now.
Yeah.
As far as like power supplies, now that ATX 3.0 has been out for a couple of years, there's no new power supplies coming out that are really of note.
We saw one power supply that was pretty much a big beast. It was, who was it that we saw? It was the...
Is that Thermaltake?
Was it the Thermaltake one?
Was it Thermaltake?
No, it wasn't Thermaltake.
No.
I can't remember. Because it was the titanium certified, and there was only two power supplies that were at that level. But I mean, it was like it's not anything new, but it was like, this is a really nice power supply.
Yeah, they're introducing a 1600 watt titanium rated power supply, which since EVGA stopped making theirs, BSKY is the only other one that has.
Yeah, it was BSKY and these guys. Was it?
Is it Gigabyte?
No, it was one of the first. Who was the first? It was one of the first people we saw.
Hold on. Pull up my calendar.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember either.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember. We took pictures of it.
Yeah.
I can go back and look.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, because there had already been somebody else that did it.
Yeah.
But it was like, this is nice.
Yeah.
It's more durable.
They also had a 1200 watt SFX, and it wasn't an SFX L. It was a 1200 watt SFX.
SFX, yeah.
Which was kind of nice to see. I don't remember. Oh no, that was XPG. That was ADATA.
Was it? It was ADATA. Okay, it's ADATA.
Yeah,
okay, ADATA. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, cases are all kind of mid-cycle right now.
Yeah.
Motherboards are all mid-cycle right now. So there's nothing really exciting there.
We did get to see. We can't really talk about it, but we did get to see the new Fractal case.
Nope.
We didn't get to see the new Fractal case.
Nope.
We didn't see it.
Nope.
We saw nothing.
Nope.
We didn't see anything.
I know nothing.
We didn't see anything.
Yep. We did get to see Ice Giant.
Ice Giant was
the
cool.
cooler company.
Yeah, the cooler that they had there, that was pretty neat.
Yeah, that's what you're thinking of is the North XL.
Yes.
Yeah.
The North XL. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a couple Ice Giant thermal siphons set up. For those that don't know, Ice Giant is basically a pumpless thermosiphon cooler, specifically for high-end workstations like Threadripper and whatnot. And yeah, they had their new case out with a 360 millimeter radiator and flexible tubing, but designed for both Intel AMD consumer socket as well as Threadripper socket.
Yeah, Threadripper socket. We saw quite a few Threadripper all-in-ones, yeah.
Yeah. They had one of the 96 core Threadrippers running, overclocked to 4.5 gigahertz, running Cinebench 2024, peaking at about 72 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
On a thermosiphon.
Yeah.
On a dead silent.
Dead silent. There's no fans on that thing,
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane. Yeah. So that was cool. Yeah, they were sharing the space with Fractal.
With Fractal, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, haven't seen a lot of bad yet. I think we'll see some bad on the show floor tomorrow. That's usually where that exists.
Yeah. There's usually a lot of funny, quirky stuff there.
Yeah.
But
see, was it MSI is showing off a 600 hertz monitor?
Yes.
Yeah.
We saw a 500 one.
They have a 500 hertz OLED.
Yeah.
And then a 600 hertz TN.
Yeah.
1080p TN.
We didn't see that one. We saw the 500 OLED.
Yeah. No, they had both of them set up there. They had the 600 on one side and they had the 500 on the other.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. They also refreshed their 27-inch 4K OLED, 240 hertz, and then they've also got a 31.5, 32-inch, 240 hertz OLED. Those were
nice monitors. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to get me one of those.
Ask for two.
Yeah.
I want one too.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. There was a couple gaming chairs too that were.
Oh, that was ADATA as well.
Yeah, ADATA.
Yeah.
That gaming chair was really nice.
Yeah.
Really popped my back, dude.
Yeah.
I was like laying in that thing, felt good.
Yeah, no, ADATA is looking at getting into gaming chairs. Obviously, they do peripherals like keyboards and mice and things like that. They brought a gaming chair that's kind of a late-stage prototype that they're looking at introducing.
Yeah.
Really, really good build quality, amazing material feel, tons of adjustments.
Right,
and
lots of
adjustability.
adjustments, yeah.
I mean, like, but they quoted me $279, and I don't know if they wanted me to say that price, but I'm going to say that price because holy crap, that's a good price.
That's a good price. Because they had a very good like lumbar support.
Yeah.
And you'd lean back in this thing, it just stretched everything out. I'm like, oh, that felt so good. Yeah, it was a wonderful chair.
Yep. Yeah, so that one was kind of surprising.
Yeah.
Anything on the Switch 2? No.
No, there's nothing.
No.
I mean, I don't even know if Nintendo's even here.
No.
They typically
Nintendo does their own events.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we know it's coming, but we know it's probably coming spring.
Lots of handhelds here, but not Nintendo's.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, tomorrow I think I'm meeting with 1X Player in the morning, and then I believe Neo might be here as well. So I'm going to go check both of them out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I've got some meetings tomorrow morning. Mm-hmm. And then you got to get on a plane.
Yeah, I got to leave tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I actually, listening to a lot of people talk, I think a lot of people are leaving tomorrow, actually. Mm-hmm. I didn't know. I thought people were going to stay until Friday. I wish I could stay. I'd like to go onto the main show floor and just look a little more over there, but...
Yeah. Yep. All right, let me polish this off.
All right. Thoughts on the upcoming Section 31 movie? Are you all afraid of a Star Trek action movie? I don't know. It's Alex Kurtzman. Mm-hmm. I haven't been super thrilled with his stuff.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, well, because like the Strange New Worlds I like.
Yeah.
Discovery, the first, I didn't like most of Discovery.
Yeah.
The first 2 seasons of Picard were like, eh. Third season of Picard was wonderful.
Yeah.
It was like,
yeah.
Great.
I think I'm on record as saying C-, B, A+.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I kind of have mixed feelings because I don't really know who else is in the mix.
Yeah.
If Alex Kurtzman kind of does a hands-off type of approach, and maybe the director is going to be excellent, and it'll be excellent.
Yeah.
I'll see. I don't know. It just seems like a mixed bag for me. I'll watch it. I'm still going to watch it. It's Trek. All right. Here we go.
Good God, that's thick.
Oh, I know. You can see the viscousness
Oh my God.
of this.
If I couldn't talk already, this is going to do me in.
No, this is going to make you phlegmy.
Yeah. Lord.
Not that you're not already.
Drinking that last stout, I can feel it
building
building in my throat.
Okay, if you thought that was thick, this is thick.
That was thick.
This is thick.
Oh, wow.
It smells wonderful. It tastes wonderful.
That is full-on bonded leather.
Yes. Like I said, leather, tobacco.
Yeah.
You can almost smell it like you're going to chew it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is straight up cigar bar vibes.
Yep. Absolutely.
Man. And a little bit more bite than the last one too.
Yep. You can taste the bourbon in this one.
Yeah, you can. Wow.
I told you it was going to hit you.
And it's hitting my voice even harder.
I was going to tell you it was going to hit
Man.
you. If that last one hit you, this one's going to even hit you harder.
LOL, gross.
I know. When you talk about, it's true. Well, that's a reason why you share these type of beers.
Yeah.
They are thicker than most things. They're not as thick as like a liqueur or anything like that, but it's approaching that level.
Yeah. Which beer was that? This is the
5
from Abel Baker.
Yeah.
It's their Barrel-Aged Imperial Stout 5-year anniversary edition.
Exactly.
15%.
15%.
Yeah.
It is 15% is like basically liqueur level of
Yeah.
of beer.
Yeah.
That's why I'm feeling good. Yeah, that's like 15%.
Which laptop do I use? Framework? Are you on Linux? No. I'm actually on the GPD WinMax 2. I love this little laptop. It's 10.5 inches. This is actually the 2-year-old model running the Ryzen 6800U. But one of the coolest things about it is the built-in controls that it has. So, I mean, like here it is. It's rendering OBS right now.
Right.
But I've got the built-in controls for
Right there,
for playing games. It's got full Hall effect joysticks and triggers on it. And if you want to cover them up, there's even these included slats that go right over the controls like that.
Yeah. So it looks like a more professional laptop.
Right, exactly. But this thing is absolutely wonderful. I love this laptop. And I hear they're bringing the AI 370 to this, which is going to be mint. So can't wait for that. 680M, 680M on this one.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No.
Yeah, the 890M would be sick. Yeah. This same form factor with Zen 4 and the 890M.
Would be wonderful.
Yeah. Joe Andre says, hello from Norway. Hello.
Hey, hello.
Hello from Vegas.
Hello from Las Vegas.
Yeah. Looks like what a netbook should have been. Kind of like what an ultrabook should have been.
Yeah.
I've always loved netbooks, even when they were underpowered, because they could always serve a purpose. But this thing has been absolutely dynamite as a travel companion. I mean, I've edited video from this. I've like I said, I've done about a dozen live shows off of this thing.
Just a little powerhouse.
Yeah. It's been absolutely perfect. And yeah, I also run Linux on this.
Yeah.
I've ran Zorn on this. There's two M.2 drives. There's a 2280 drive as a primary drive, and then there's also a 2230 under one of the panels that you can add another drive to. And so I've got a 2 terabyte primary drive on this running Windows, and then I've also got a 512 drive running Linux. And it runs Linux fantastically well. So, yeah, casual 4-channel, 128 gig of RAM in a handheld.
Just casual.
Yeah, this one's the 32 gig model. And I got it with the 1 terabyte drive, but I swapped it out for a 2 terabyte drive. I've got a 2 terabyte Western Digital SN 880.
Yeah, you need that space for more games.
Yeah. I recommend Nobara or Bazite for it. Yeah, I've actually got Bazite installed on here right now on the 512 drive, and I've been testing that out, and it's doing very, very well. Did you check the new Earring motherboard? So what do you think of them? I haven't seen any new Earring motherboard. Which one are you talking about?
I don't even know if the Earring's here. Yeah, I would think so.
Can't imagine they would be.
Yeah. Are you looking it up?
Yeah, I'm seeing what
if there's a new one? Yeah.
Zach's adding 2 more M710X cartridges to his Moonshot. Yes. Sometimes I can be a bad influence too, people. I convinced Zach to buy an HP Moonshot chassis and a whole bunch of different blades for it. So he's been having fun experimenting with that lately. No need for Bazite. SteamOS 3 should do, Jeff. I disagree. While I love SteamOS, SteamOS is first party only. SteamOS is an immutable operating system that runs Steam.
Yep.
And Steam is great.
It is.
We love Steam.
But there are other games that we also like to play that are not on Steam.
Right. I have a quite comprehensive library on GOG.
Yeah.
Maybe you have Epic Games. Maybe you have Origin. Maybe you have some other launchers that you would like to run. What if you have some legacy games that you'd like to install and you'd like Lutris installed? What if you like emulators? What if you like all these other things? I love the interface of SteamOS, but I love the added functionality that Bazite gives as a built-in or as a curated OS with a lot of other features already installed. And so even on the Steam Deck, I think Bazite would be a great option.
Option to put on there, yeah.
Yeah, that's what Heroic is for. Yeah, and Heroic is a great launcher as well. But just saying just install SteamOS and be done with it, there's a lot of other things.
There's it only gets you like 75% of the way there.
Yeah,
honestly, there's a lot of other things you would like to do with the handheld.
Yeah. Raphael says, "Hey Jeff, I saw you at the Venetian today. I never thought I would get so close to CES in my life since I'm from Brazil. Hello.
Hey.
Next time, flag me down.
You should have just said hi.
Yell at me. Yeah. Next time, yell at me. I'll say hi to you. Yeah, we were at the Venetian for a little while today.
Yeah.
We had to double back over for MSI, and we also met with GPT earlier today. So yeah, no, if you see me walking around,
feel free.
Even if I'm on like a mission, even if I look like I'm going somewhere, yell at me. I'll stop for 2 minutes and say hi. That's totally fine.
All you have to do is buy us a beer.
Yeah,
that's all you have to do.
Very cheap.
Yeah.
No. It's Vegas. I'm never in such a hurry that I can't stop because everyone's late anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
So
no, seriously, we were late this morning, and no one cared. No one cared.
Yeah.
No one cared.
Yep. Yeah, I was getting in my Uber 15 minutes after I was supposed to already be somewhere.
Yeah. No, it's crazy the amount of people that are just coming through in and out. It's insane.
Yeah. Especially when you have to go from hotel to hotel. We did a lot of bouncing today. God, we went to Paris, Bellagio, and Venetian all today.
Right.
So we started at Paris. We walked over to Bellagio. We walked back to Paris and had lunch, and then we walked up Vegas to the Venetian. Then we went to the north side of the Venetian and caught an Uber back to our hotel. Yeah. God, Monday, where did we go? Monday, we were all over the damn place.
Well, Monday, we were mostly at the Tropicana because that's where all the keynotes. Oh, Mandalay, not Tropicana. Yeah, Mandalay, not Tropicana. Yeah, right, Mandalay Bay. Yeah, because that's. But we also went to because we had to walk. We
walked all the way to MGM.
We went to Luxor, MGM.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was it. Because you had to go Luxor, Excalibur to New York, then to MGM.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, we've been all over.
Yeah, up and down the strip.
Yep. That would be great. Didn't want to bother you. I'll try again tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna be on the show floor most of the time, and I think I will be back at the Venetian in the afternoon. So yeah, if you see me on the show floor tomorrow, I think I'll be on LVCC from like 9 to 2, and then at 2 o'clock I've got a couple things at the Venetian again. So
I'm eating a bagged hot pickle and drinking the brine. I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't meet.
Yeah.
Jeff hates pickles.
Yeah.
I love pickles, but yeah. And drinking the brine.
What is wrong with you, Alex? They sent me beer.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can drink that now.
No.
Did you see the Minis Forum N5 Pro NAS? I've heard some things. Let me look that up right now.
N5 Pro NAS. Where was it? Was it Thermaltake? We saw that just giant beast of a tower. I can't remember where that was.
Yeah, Thermaltake.
It was Thermaltake. Yeah, that thing was like gigantic.
5 Pro. There we go. Yeah, I haven't seen any pictures yet.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, they're doing a 5-bay and an 8-bay NAS.
Okay.
With basically the MSO1's internals.
Oh, okay.
So a 13900H, 14-core, 20-thread.
Oh.
CPU, PCI Express added card, dual U.2s. Yeah.
I mean, it's impressive, but did they have any price points on that? I don't know.
I haven't heard anything yet.
I haven't heard anything either.
So. Yeah.
It'd be fun to get a hold of one of those too.
Yeah. I'm sure I will.
Okay.
Sure I will. Yeah. Minis Forum likes me. I can get anything I want from them. So. Yeah, I'm sure this will be rolling across my desk here in the... Oh, no, it has AMD APU. Oh, it's the AI370. Oh, indeed it is. AI370.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
It is impressive.
Ooh.
I'm even more excited.
Yeah. Yeah, 96 gigs of RAM. That is the official max supported, and that's just due to physical form.
Right.
You can get 46 or 46, 48 gig sticks. Yeah, I kind of like that.
Nice little NAS.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, no, I don't even remember where I saw it, but I was just browsing on my phone today, and something about Minis Forum came up, and I went, oh, 5-bay, 8-bay. All right.
There we go.
All right. I'm intrigued.
Oh, they're saying up to 96 gigs of RAM support.
Yeah, 96 gigs.
Yeah.
Yeah, with dual 48 sticks. Yep. This is not helping my throat.
It tastes good, but it's not helping your throat. Well, that's fine. If I have to polish it off, I have to polish it off.
Oh, God. All right. Well, it is 8 o'clock.
Yep.
I think we're going to call it, as wonderful as that is, because I need to rest my voice for tomorrow. Thank you all so much for watching this special live show, live from Las Vegas, live from my hotel room at the Fontainebleau.
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 Fontaine Cordon Bleu.
Yeah. This has been fun. This has been a really fun week.
Tiring, but fun.
Tiring, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. No, this is my first CES since 2020. So, I mean, 5 years.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the world doesn't end 3 months from now.
Yeah.
Like happened last time.
Every time we come. I come to Vegas with you to CES, and then the world ends.
Yeah.
Zombie outbreak next month.
So if that happens, it's not my fault. I just want to state that expressly. But no, this has been fun. It's been great to catch up with people. Great to finally put some faces to names that I've known for a very long time. Nick at Gear Seekers, ETA Prime, Russ at Retro Game Core. I've talked to you guys so many times through the years, and being able to shake your hand and have a drink with you, it's been absolutely fantastic. So it's one of the main reasons I love coming to things like this.
This is why we come here. It's fun.
So anyway, hope you got some information that we were able to get off the show floor for you guys. Definitely stay tuned to Craft Computing. We're going to have some more CES content coming up early next week. As soon as I get home and get rested, and hopefully have a voice to be able to shoot a video again. Because I don't know that I I was hesitant even to do the live show because my voice is that weak still. But we did it. We pressed through. I can feel it. I can feel I'm not going to be able to talk tomorrow. But hopefully by the time I get home, get a little bit more rest, we'll be ready to rock and roll again.
We'll have to do some Jeff pantomime.
Yeah. I did threaten him that he's going to do all the voiceover work.
Yeah, that's what he said. It's
this
like,
week.
you might have to do the voiceover.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Welcome back to Craft Computing. I'm Steve.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to Craft Computing, everyone. Yes. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to Craft Computing if you haven't done so already. And as always, we'll see you same time next week, 6 p.m. for the latest in beer and tech news.
Cheers, guys.